10:25. Oh! Hi, Saber.
Good morning.
Good morning. Everybody, good morning!
Whoa!
Alright, so I think you all know the deal. Good.
6 bullets, 7 rounds.
So I'm going to start off a little bit. I do convention vlogs and... Oh, I guess I don't need to vlog anything right now, do I? Is there anything I should be vlogging right now? Should I vlog you guys? Should I vlog you?
Yay.
The guy in the front row telling me I'm number 1 was by far the most charming part of that.
I'm champion, my friend.
Good morning.
That's what I like to see.
Everybody.
In the morning, my voice is very low. Ooh.
Is your voice hurt too?
Yes. Do your Dusty Cat voice.
Hello, welcome to Brony's React. I am Dusty, and I'm here with Screwy, my faithful assistant from Canada, land of apology.
I'm Screwball! Y'all having a fun convention? What did you get the concert last night?
Amazing!
Quite nice, wasn't it?
It was incredulous. Incredible. What does incredulous mean? The only time I ever use that word is when I'm substituting it for incredible.
So I guess it means incredible.
I guess it does. It's like
Flabbergasted?
Yes, yeah.
So you were the only one that showed up.
You run the series, and here I am like, man, he's late. I guess I'm his secretary. We'll buy him some time.
That's what we expected. We actually did it on purpose because we wanted to see the look on your face when you walked in.
Well, sometimes you have to test someone's true love, and I can see just the look on your face.
So I just didn't. I was gonna make a joke, but this is a PG version.
There's nothing more satisfying than seeing your lover cry over you. I wouldn't know. I'm assuming.
I ship it.
So, what have you guys thought so far, MSP? You guys having fun?
Yeah!
Good. How many of you have seen Bronies React?
I see some of it. I haven't been really on YouTube lately. Stupid virus did on the laptop.
Yeah, so this panel is, I told you about that. We were having a conversation about like what you naturally do on mic. I work at a racetrack as an announcer. Gabe occasionally works on mic as, what do you do?
I was the lead singer for the 7th Fleet Band in Japan. So I got to tour the world and sing pop songs in the Navy. It was really weird.
And so we both kind of have these different ways of handling mic. And we were going over the Who's Line panel we did. Did any of you see that, by the way, the Who's Line panel? I still have some cake in my ear, so.
That was.
But we were watching that and talking about how, when I start laughing, I always go laugh with the mic because I'm like, well, they can't know I'm having a good time. Where you were talking about how you do the opposite whenever you're about to make a noise.
But the problem is it's reflexive. It's completely beyond my control. So if I'm about to laugh or if any kind of sound is about to come out of my face, including a burp or a sneeze, I will put the mic up to it. And I've done that in some situations where it wasn't the most appropriate. But this is not one of them.
We have 5 seats up here. Where are the other 2?
All right, so admittedly, I guess I just like asking questions in this one right now. Like, it's a Q&A panel, but we're the Q and you're the A. So,
always remember, you are the A.
Who was at the concert last night? Who was there till the very end? And you guys are here?
Yeah.
My voice is just about gone. I'm going to sound like Rainbow Dash during this panel.
Round 2 or 3.
It's not that of a thing, but I know, I knew he'd be excited about this. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, that's a yes.
Good. But what we're pretty much going to do up here is do a lot of Q&A. We had a panel like this at BronyCon, and You know, we talked about a little bit about the series, which you guys probably know most about. And we had a ton of people that wanted to ask questions. And what was kind of a bummer was that we weren't able to get through a lot of the questions. There was a huge line of questions still going through. And I was told that I believe we have a mic set up somewhere. There it is, perfectly where I won't be able to see the person's face, just how I like it.
Excuse me?
Bachelor number one.
I like to imagine what they look like when I hear their voice. Wow.
Race, how about you tell us about Brony's React for the people who haven't seen it?
Is there anyone here who hasn't seen a Brony's React on YouTube? Okay, so what we do is we'll react to something that's major in the community, whether it be a video that someone created or an episode, usually a premiere or a finale. And it started off originally from a video from a series called Teens React, and they did a reaction to My Little Pony, specifically to the men that watch it.
Men that watch my jokes every night.
It's a little bit strange. I give you that. I give you that. And what happened was they showed them the intro and then asked them questions and said, "So, why do you guys like this show?" And it wasn't a very positive response from the teens.
They're teens.
That's sad. Okay. And so what I decided would be kind of funny is if we just did kind of a parody react back at them. Like, hey, why don't we just, you know, say, or just basically kind of turn the tables a little bit and be like, well, react back at you, buddy. And we did it. And I was thinking, it'll be kind of a funny thing, you know, gather some guys that maybe the community would recognize and just have some fun with it. Well, within 3 days of the upload, it hit 100,000 views. And I was like, oh. Huh. Now, neither of these guys were actually in that first video, but throughout the series, what I like to do is bring in new faces. Sometimes something just really clicks, and with both these guys, it kind of did. Have you guys seen Saber Spark in any of these reacts? Did you guys see him get stuck in Equestria in the last one?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's still there.
Obviously.
And then, of course, Black Griffin, also in the reacts.
Pizza between my teeth the entire time, but you couldn't see.
I was thinking about just like doing a super zoom right on it and just being like. Well, I mean, there's not much that you can't do besides floss.
I have to be bad at something. Oh, that was so cocky. Someone hit me.
I'm gonna call Pepper.
Good morning, everybody.
We haven't had our coffee yet either.
No, well, basically, I mentioned how I was doing convention vlogs, which I did with you guys. Gabe and I, we were looking out the window just before we went to bed, and we're like, you know, it's funny, it looks like the sun's coming up. The sun's coming up.
You guys still that late?
It was only like 5:30.
What time did you go to
break?
You went to bed at 5:30.
Yes.
What's wrong with you people?
A lot. A lot is wrong. So we have what? Oh! We also have a guy that managed to wake up. Mike the microphone, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no idea how I'm awake. I thought you were saying I have no idea how I got here. I really don't. That too. I was up till 4:30 playing Mario Kart. No, my friends were talking smack. They were like, hey, try and beat this time trial time. And beat it by a full second.
Well, glad you could make it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike the microphone in quite a few of our reacts as well. Mike, last night, I want to talk a little about the concert. What I'm always amazed about is when I do see you the morning after a concert, because you exert a ton of energy just by going, and next up, the Living Tombstone! And I'm just like, man, that guy works the mic.
Dude, seriously? Like, I can hold that for like a good 5 seconds longer.
Well, my voice is shot. My voice is gone after this. But no, thanks for being able to join us up here.
Absolutely, no, I thought it was going to start later and I actually panicked and I saw that it was already going.
Well, to
You
be
did
honest,
too.
I thought it was going to start later too. I showed up about 2 minutes. Yes, just a little bit. But yeah, so we're just about at the point of jumping into Q&A. I figure what we'll do first is just kind of introduce ourselves. I've already talked about who everyone is up here. You guys pretty much know who I am. As I said, I make the Bronies Reacts. I do some convention vlogs. I make some random videos on my channel. Saber, what do you do?
ADD is one heck of a disorder. I do all kinds of stuff. I do random videos where I wear high heels and jump and bounce houses. I do videos where I run away from pandas and shoot them. Right there?
Yes.
I do videos where I talk about My Little Pony and like gender roles and social norms and whatnot. So I can't decide on one thing to stick with, so I just try to do it all. That's my stuff.
Hello, I started out doing animations and stuff, like the Twilight Licious thing and the Pinky Licious. But then other people took it over. I was like, thank you. And then I started doing music, and that's kind of what I do right now. I'm working on an album with my brother, who is sick, who is in Pensacola, Florida, flying jets. No big deal. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I do.
And Mike, sometimes I kind of consider you the video game guru of the community.
You know what? I'm pretty damn good at video games. No, my God, no, I am terrible at video games. No, I do music and sometimes dramatic readings when they strike me just right.
Mike, if you're still sitting up here by the end of the panel, like I'm almost worried, like that chair's a little high because I'm falling asleep.
No, I'm getting there. It might happen.
Awesome. Well, what do you guys think? You ready to open it up to Q&A?
Do it.
Yeah, go
All right,
for it.
let's do this. So if you guys have a question, the microphone is in that vicinity.
The microphone is to your immediate left. Please line up.
both sides?
Thank you.
Well, there too, guys.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow, we have a mic on either side.
What's perfect about both is that the speakers
That's
will...
that's
So what do you think that person looks
Step
like?
up, don't be shy. Ask whatever you like now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm not sure what we should ask.
Can we get like some Jeopardy
Me neither.
playing?
Well, that was the other thing too. We had an awesome couple of days so far. The concerts were just off the hook.
Unfreaking believable.
And the AV guys have been just all over
my
this
God,
stuff. So once again, can we give them a round of applause? Well, there's one guy recently who I've been like going back and forth like, can we do this? Is it okay if we get cake all over the stage? Just pretend like you didn't tell me that and we'll go with it. Okay, cool.
There's still cake on the stage, by the way.
And as Gabe and I were heading over, all of a sudden we realized, why is Jeremy sitting here if the panel starts in 5 minutes? He was getting some breakfast and whatnot, but no, it looks like everyone over there's got it covered, so good on ya. Good on ya!
What does that mean?
Good, I was gonna ask the
I don't know, I
same
think it's Australian for good on you. Yeah. All right, so how about we start on, what side do you guys like?
I like the left.
Ours
My
or theirs?
left. My left.
All right, let's start on the left.
So my favorite scene in the Bronies React is when you're talking about whenever someone has a camera put in front of them, they take their opinion to the extreme and then just stares at the camera for a few seconds. What is your favorite moment in any of the Brony Reacts?
That is always a tough question. Want to also mention, he's referring to a reaction by Denotive, who was also rocking it out here for the last couple of days. Did you guys see Denotive? Yeah! Isn't that guy incredibly sexy?
Understatement.
Favorite moments?
Got a few. During the season 2 finale react, there was this moment where Black Griffin. Okay, it was during the scene I think when Cadence kind of showed that she was Chrysalis, and it was going to a commercial break, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, oh no!" And then Gabriel, all of a sudden, he's just looking at the screen all intently, and he goes, "Ah!" He just screams bloody murder. It was just out of nowhere. And I was at work at the time. Like, I was a lifeguard. I was walking to the pump with my phone because Adult Swim. And I was kind of watching it. And I just kind of like falling over laughing. It was just so out of left field. That was my favorite moment from the series.
We had an episode that, for some reason, the commercial almost stuck out as much as the episode did. Jack. And I don't know, just the way that spiraled downward, and it kept going downward. That was probably one of my favorite moments in the React series, because it's like, what's going on? Why is Gak back?
I think Dean Odom summed up the best. He was just sitting there. He's like,
What was he watching though?
why is Gak back?
Yeah, there was something on his computer, like, it didn't sound like the Gak commercial to me. I hear this, and he goes,
It was like
that
the
was
very
the Gak
end.
commercial.
Yeah, it was like the very end of it. They put it in slow motion for some. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know.
my favorite moment is probably in Brony Back to My Street Girls, when Celestia walks out. Sirius Black goes, she's really tall, like a giant, like a titan. To this animated thing where he's taken the opening, music from Attack on Titan, and he's pasted faces, of all the characters over the Titans and everything. And then at the very end, he had this little thing that Black's like, see, PMVers, I can't edit.
I have to say anything that involves editing Saber Sparks' voice into music. I've seen many things where people take just clips from the reacts and then make music just using your screams and your voice.
There was the Bernie Can.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one. Yeah,
that was great.
That had to be my favorite thing that came out of it.
That guy is rumored to make another one, right?
Yeah, he commented on the latest React that we did, and he's like, so, another React's out, ... And he put it like 100 rows down, ... And I'm like, the anticipation builds. Now, so I want to ask one more time, how many of you did see the season 4 finale? And the React that came with it? What did you guys think of Jack's Blade? Jack's Blade, he sent me his footage. For those that don't know, he's incredibly into anime, DBZ. Yeah.
Love Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, that's my jam, man. When so I was like, whoop, and then he's like, oh man, no, I have it. It's like, whoop, she's like, pounding the ground. I was like, still posing.
That entire scene, when I first got footage from everyone, he sent me something and it was like 3 minutes worth. I'm like, okay, if you want to send me anything extra, that works too, Jax, because you sent me 3 minutes worth of stuff. And then I watched it. And I've never seen someone freak out for so long and not shut up. I was like, this is phenomenal. So that scene was another favorite for me.
Didn't you approach him saying, hey Jax, can you go back and record some more questions?
Yeah.
And he's like, my voice is gone. I can't
No, he couldn't. He pretty much did that first, and he was falling over. He's like, I'm getting a break. So yeah, Jack's Blade, and of course, I also want to give a shout out to everyone else. There's been I think this convention had the most people from Brony's React. I know we have up here Paleo Steno. Paleo, please stand up. Yes, B-Vids, who's been around. I don't see him in here, but he might be asleep, and I don't blame him, or he might be hungover.
Or both.
And we mentioned Dinoda, but a lot of people who've been in the Reacts, and everybody who isn't here, who couldn't make it, have been in the Reacts. We added it up. It's, 39 people?
Yeah, I did the math. I think it was we've had 39 people from the fandom and 5 people or 4 people from the show who've been on the series. Yeah, but a lot of people show up in the series. It's pretty cool.
By the way, I just realized that was one question. This is why we don't get through many.
And that's when I started. Go.
Let's go over to the right side.
What up, guys? All right, listen. My question has potential of being 2-part. Now, I understand that the video is shot at one point in time, then sent in. Now, do you guys because I don't know if you're waiting for Ace's, message essentially, hey, send me your footage. Do you guys watch the episodes on the release date, or do you wait a little while for it? And if you do wait, how does the anticipation just kill you going like, everybody else has seen the season 4 finale and I haven't yet?
For me, this was actually a funny scenario for Equestria Girls, because I refused to watch Equestria Girls until I had the camera in front of me. Sometimes it's one way, sometimes it's the other. I don't really have you guys can't watch it until you're filming it. It's pretty much, people do it both ways. Like Gabe, I know sometimes you'll be sitting there and I have 45 minutes worth of footage and you're like, wait, what? This happens in the episode? I'm like, okay, well, he's watching it for the first time. But then other people, they'll edit their stuff down. I was gonna mention the Equestria Girls, for me, the problem with that was that the reason that it was about a month after it came out, or maybe a month and a half, was because of all the conventions going on. So everyone's like, this Flash Century guy, and I'm like, yeah. Is he from like an anime? I don't get it.
Yes.
I don't know exactly how you guys do it.
Well, I usually watch it like on the Hacks Mega live stream, and then shout out to Hacks Mega. Does anybody else watch his live stream at all? Hacks Mega? Yeah, I like his stuff. All right, but I'll watch it there, and then I'll usually watch the episode again with Paleo on Skype, and then Reyes will like light the beacons of Venus Tirith and says time to do the react, and then I'll watch the third time and make little notes about this is. Some people think we're not genuine with the reacts, like it's just a bunch of over the top stuff, but like I'll keep little notes of what I thought when I first saw certain things in episodes and put them on a piece of paper, and then go back and react to it. So
from the hood.
And then a question for Jeffrey, Gabriel, and Mike over here.
He knows all of them.
Except mine, apparently. Wow.
Or mine.
Could you sign my boobs?
I actually already said, the last gentleman who asked the question, I signed his nipple last night, actually. That is the third nipple I've signed.
Meet us after the show.
We're very colorful that day. In the parking lot.
This is the first piece of the orbital friendship cannon.
It's from Larson's car.
Thank you, sir. I will cherish this forever.
I want to know where you got it.
From what? So Walmart's in that business now.
Enough said. A 5-finger discount.
And for this one, I was already contacting people saying we're going to be doing a react, and that's about it actually. We're going to be doing a react. I'm going to send out the format. That's pretty much all.
Hey, we're doing a react. Here's the paper.
Enjoy. So for what I'll do is I'll send out a format, and usually it comes out a couple days later. I got this one out like an hour or two later because I think I was going to be gone for a couple of days, and I'm like, I want to get this out before MSP, and cut it very close with that. So I send out a format, and I usually give people a week or two to give me their footage in because we all have lives. I'm not like, hey, what do you mean you have to go to work? What do you mean you have to go to school? So yeah, so I like to give people a chance to get their footage in. That's why I would never suggest, oh yeah, expect something out in the next few days. I always kind of just wait and build it up a little bit. It's usually a 1 to 2 week process of getting footage. And then once I have the footage, it's about a week worth of editing. And I know I answered this last time I said it's about a month-long process. And it still is, the editing. I have to go through, I sort the footage, I watch through everyone's stuff, and then I start cutting it up, and then I start putting it in order, and then I kind of do this so I don't miss anything, because sometimes something will end up, I mentioned this also at BronyCon, how I can't go off of time codes in the editing process audio clips in the editing process, because sometimes people don't say something when I'm editing it. Like, I referenced you at BronyCon. It's like, all of a sudden you'll just get this facial expression. I was not trying to do it. But, so overall, once I get the editing done, I generally post it. Yeah.
What about writing the description and the title?
Well,
that's just there when it uploads, man.
He's got an intern for that.
Oh, so real. Are you
college hours.
You're his hot secretary, right?
She's in a mini skirt.
That's an understatement.
That's the bonus reaction.
I would pay to see that.
He wouldn't be the first.
Okay.
Next question.
Alright, Gabe, do you think you got your message across on your opinion on the Twilight Century ship? And everyone else, do you think he got his message across?
No.
What do I have to do next?
You have to get a tattoo on your chest.
Yeah, it was a bit subtle. For those that don't know, Gabe jumped out of a plane to get his message across that he did not agree with the Twilight and Flash shipping because there was a reason behind it. Weren't you? No, I thought it was something about your OC and.
No,
I'm sure. I thought so. You know, that's actually a very kind of interesting story because when I was talking to Gabe, he's like, okay, so I have this footage and I want to do this with it, and yeah, no, I thought that was a hilarious little deal of yours.
Thank you. No, yeah, I filmed Brony's React, and I was scheduled to hike. Thank you. Mount Fuji the next day, and then I realized that I record with my iPhone. It's the camera of champions. I realized that it had stopped recording like 5 minutes in, and I was like, so then I had to hike Fuji. And then when I was up there, I was like, you know, I'm gonna do something with this. So I did. I filmed the thing on top of Fuji, and then I got back, and I was incredibly sunburned and stiff, and I was like,